Hey, what's up guys? Corey here. We are back out in the shop. Today, it's getting nice out. It's so beautiful. Check it out. Oh yeah, finally got the garage doors open. Beautiful out. Today we got a little something different. Got the opportunity to do this job. I thought it was pretty cool. I've never seen one of these before in person. I don't even know if I've seen one in pictures. But when I seen it, I was like, wow, that is dope. So, I want you guys to check it out. It is, we got to do just a little bit of work on it. He had some aftermarket tires put on and the clearance issues. It's like he went as big, probably as big as he probably could for this build, you know, to keep it manageable for him. But so we're going to have to do a little trimming and cutting and making some wheels fit. But let's go check this out. All right, guys, check this thing out. It's a lifted Honda Element. This thing is dope. It's not lifted real high, obviously. I'm sure it's probably about as max as you can get for this thing, but I've never seen anything like it. Usually when you see these things on the road, it's like little box cars. But I seen this thing and I was like, that's awesome. But it's pretty. Nice car. Anyway, he's got these wheels I love, but he's got some clearance issues. When he turns it, he's hitting the pinch weld in here. And from what I can gather, that's all it is. It's just this plastic cover over this here pinch weld. So what we're going to do is pull it in the shop, and oh, you can see it's cutting up his tires here. Yeah. So we need to do away with that. I think he wants to, you know, shave away the pinch weld or whatever. He obviously don't want to undo his lift kit. He loves it, and I mean, it's sweet. Can't blame him. But so we're going to get in here and figure out how we can shave this back, this plastic, so the wheel and tire won't be getting into that, and then, or I mean the tire, and then also the pinch weld there where it's rubbed it off. See if we can, you know, shave that and maybe make a new piece and tack in there and undercoat it. But yeah, the other side's exactly the same, but this thing's awesome, man. Yeah, you can see it's kind of busted this one a little bit, but it ain't got into the wheel as bad on this, or the tire as bad on this side. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull it in. I'll jack it up. I've got the lift full today, so got the shop full. I had to make some room here, but we pull this in real quick and we will get to it. All right, guys, real quick. All I've done so far is pull off a couple of Phillips screws out of these holes here. 3 holes. The rest of them seem to be the plastic push pin style like this in here. And all I'm doing is pulling this inner fender out right now so we can access everything. Access the pinch weld here and figure out what we're gonna do to shave it up or clean it up. And then, yeah, hopefully get his tires to fit. So, but there's quite a few of these plastic clips. I don't know if you can see them all. And then one looks to be like an 8mm bolt there. It not a lot to pull it out, so I'll go ahead and keep going at it, and we'll be back here in a little bit once we get it out. All right, guys, I didn't actually have to remove all of them. When I got all of them out up to about right here where that bolt was, pulled that bolt. This kind of just pulls right out of the way. That just fell out pretty much on its own. So pretty easy there. Now what we're looking for, I don't know if you guys can see, see where the tire got into the pinch weld here. This is where this panel here and this inner panel here come together to a point, and then there's what they call spot welds here, all the way up through here. So lucky for us, there's tons of material here. You guys can see that thing is wide. It's real wide. And so we're just barely hitting here. So what I'm thinking, I don't know, he's maybe hitting in like a 1/2 inch on this, maybe a little less. But what I'm thinking is, because if I cut it, it wouldn't be past the pinch weld here, if you can see that. So I wouldn't have to cut that much off. So I don't think I would be getting into the structure at all. Well, I know I wouldn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit, tape it up, and run a nice new line. And I'm gonna reshape this pinch weld here all the way up. And then I'll, of course, regrind it, clean it, and we'll put some undercoating on it or something, so it don't, some direct to metal undercoating, so it don't, rust up or nothing on him later. But that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do now. And then unfortunately I'll have to, put it all back together, stick it all back, and put the wheel back on and then try it. That's the only thing I can do. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'll go ahead and get that cut. All right, here it is, all cleaned up a little bit. I just kind of sawed it straight up. You guys can see there's that pinch weld I was talking about. I just sawed it straight up on this side of that pinch weld, not to do away with any of the structure of this, so we don't want to hurt nothing or nobody. So this should be fine. If I need any more clearance, which I shouldn't, then I can lightly tap this. It's pretty flimsy flange here. You can take your hammer and your dolly, and if I need to do that, I will come back and show you guys that. But you can lay your dolly here on the back side and take your hammer, and you can tap this in and give it a curve a little bit, and then it'll definitely 100% be out of the way. But I think this is going to work for him on this side. I'm not sure about the other side, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one all back together and then get in there, fire it up, and check it out, and see what happens. All right, guys, no more clearance issues. We are good over here. Tire clears, as long as he doesn't go any bigger. If he does, then we'll be doing another trimming. Nah, there's not much left to trim. But I'm gonna go ahead and I don't want to leave this unprotected. You can see there's a little bit of bare metal right here on this lip. That's pretty much it. The only thing that I cut into. So, but this isn't protected from the factory at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and scuff all this up with a purple Scotch-Brite real quick. And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna hit this a little bit and then redo it back in here where his undercoating's kind of wore off there. I'll just kind of lightly take this Scotch-Brite and knock all the loose, rough stuff off for him. And then slightly dust this over this undercoating. I usually use this stuff here. It's really good. You can use it for many things, but inner fenders is one of them. So that's what we're doing here. It repels water and does a good job. So that's what we're going to do for this. I'll go ahead and finish Scotch-Brite and all that. Clean it all up with some wax and grease remover and throw some paper down so we don't get overspray on anything, and doctor this up for him a little bit. All right, guys, take a look at this stuff. Matches factory pretty darn good, don't it? That's what I love about it. You can kind of move far away or closer, you know, whatever. You can adjust how you want to be with it to make it look like a factory coating. It's pretty cool stuff. But there you go. It's all undercoated. Everything's sealed up. There will be no more problems with it. You should be able to clear everything just fine. I'll go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side. And then we'll come back in and show you guys the final result and all that. Not a lot to it, guys. If you've got clearance issues, fitment issues, you can do this on multiple vehicles, you know. This ain't the only one. But this one is the one that needs it today. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one up and get on to the other side. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, moment of truth before we take it around the block. Make sure when it's flexing and stuff, it still doesn't hit. But I've got it all done, put back together, both sides. I went ahead and started it up and turned it lock to lock. I've got about I don't know, 1/4 inch in between the wheel and both sides now, somewhere right around in there. Good enough. I do believe that it's not going to cut into his tire anymore. But let's give it a turn here. You guys can check it out. Yeah, there we go. Kind of see it. Probably about 1/4 inch. Shouldn't have any more trouble with it. The other side exactly the same. I also had to, because this was hitting here, I went ahead and heated it up and then took a pop can when the wheels were straight and then stuck it in there, you know, just something with a rounded edge. And I ended up using a pop can, and then it kind of just laid that or flexed that out a little bit, and now it just, you know, just barely touches it now when it's full lock to lock. So that's perfect. But yeah, let's go check this thing, or take this thing outside real quick, and we'll check it out there. All right, guys, here she is, all cleaned up in all her glory. Everything's all cut, fit good, undercoated. It even out here on this hill a little bit, can't really tell it in the camera, but there's a little bit of a hill here, flexing the suspension and everything. We've got full clearance side to side, both sides. Everything's good. Thing looks sick, don't it? It's out here in its natural elements now. Look at that thing. I'd drive it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If you guys watch this to learn how to clearance for your bigger tires, you know, if you got any questions, drop them down below. I'll try to get back with you. This was just a short little video I threw together on this. I've done a few things like this, never an element like this, but I've done some clearancing before. Sometimes it's a little bit more in depth than this, but luckily this one was an easy one, so fairly easy. Well, that's it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here, and thanks for watching.